Sessions where the wrestling truth resides.
We have, like I said, the MPW owner, Aaiden Andrews. How's it going, buddy?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey.
I feel like I haven't seen you guys in forever.
I know. It's been, when was the last show? September?
August?
August.
It was August? Oh my God.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
And our show is on Indian Island on November 16th.
I was right. Ha. Look,
can't get them all right.
Sometimes.
We are going to be having a new venue starting in January. We're going to kind of use Penobscot Nation as like for our big events, like our anniversary show and King of New England and stuff like that will happen over there. But we're going to test out a new venue.
Primer's talking to me about it.
Yeah, we want to get some people over that may be a little timid of the island a little bit, some of their rules, or may not be allowed over there for some other reasons. So this will maybe open that up a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah.
So, do you just want to go into a little bit about your wrestling background before we get started about the event coming up?
Yeah. So basically, I started with IWE back in 2008. I actually wrestled under a mask when I first started. Eric Johnson was one of our trainers back then. He was the main trainer back then.
You weren't Viper, were you?
No, he was far more talented than I was.
You weren't Ox from Vacation Land, were you?
No.
You don't remember Ox?
No, you don't remember him? I remember him a little.
Cat's getting up to get pictures. Yeah. Okay.
That terrible gimmick.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue.
Yeah, I remember that now.
I wrestled under a name, the Punisher. I was like a 140-pound guy that thought he was stronger than he was, and I wrestled one of my best friends. I don't know what happened there with the camera.
Stream close up.
Weird. But I wrestled one of my best friends back then, Mark Godfrey, in our first ever match there. And it was such a huge like adrenaline thing for me then doing it that I decided I went out back and Bull Moose Calhoun was back there, and he goes, my opponent hasn't shown up for the night. Does anybody want to be the victim of the night? And without even skipping a beat, I raised my hand right up.
For Bull Moose?
And for Bull Moose, yeah.
No, thanks.
And he was like, he looked at me and he goes, seriously? And I said, yeah. I was like, why not? I said, I had a lot of fun. Let's go do it. And he was appreciative of me jumping in and doing it, that he wasn't as brutal with me as everybody else was. Like, he didn't give me the stink face. He didn't power bomb me to death. But I don't know did you guys ever wrestle at Cityside?
I was at Cityside for some IWE events. I never worked there. IWE kind of shut down and then I was about 3/4 done my training when IWE shut down.
It was right up until the end, until Mad Cat bought it. There was I took a choke slam from Bull Moose to finish the match, and I jumped so high up that my foot kicked the ceiling tile out, and the ceiling tile stayed that way the entire time that IWE ran shows there.
You know what?
Never got it fixed.
I know which one you're talking about too. I remember looking at that, going, "What happened there?" And someone's like, "Oh, choke slam," and I was like, "Oh, that tracks." Okay.
Yeah, I got a picture somewhere. I'll have to share it with you guys at some point, but I got a picture somewhere where I am way up in the air, and like when he had me up in the air, like even Bull Moose was like, "Oh shit," and he slammed me down, and he was like, he asked if I was all right afterwards, and he was like, "You just made me look like fucking Andre." He was all excited. I don't think I ever wrestled him again after that point, but we had a lot of fun.
Oh man, the old IWE days. I remember that's actually that's what got me actually that limit. So my first indie show here in Maine when I moved down to Bar Harbor area was actually a Let's show. It was a Let's. I can't remember which one it was. Eric fought. I remember Eric and Brandino, I think, fought. Maybe I can't remember. But anyway, I literally went to almost every IWE show for a long time too. So I was there for a lot of those shows.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, it's yeah.
It was funny. Alan Prophet was actually like training at the time, but was when I got done wrestling, he was just coming in, but he was always coming to the shows and watching as like one of the little kids in the crowd.
Yeah.
So when him and I had our little feud there at the beginning of MPW, we made that little joke that he was that upset kid that never got to hold the junior weight title, and that's why he was the way he is now.
Ah. Speaking of kids, oh my god! Quick side story: we were at where did we go this last weekend? We were at a show down in Mass, and they had like I guess it's one of the whatever school it is will start training you at like 16, and these two kids are 16, 17 years old, and they worked a match, and I'm sitting there watching it, going, "These kids aren't bad." So yeah, just reminded me of that. So. Your camera's having all sorts of fits, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's just like
in the background.
I don't get it. But yeah, and then we wrestled. It was basically the shows back then were just like we did Fairfield on Friday nights and Brewer on Saturday nights. It was just every month we were doing double shot weekends.
Yep, I've heard who is it, Sonny or Larry or someone be like, back in the day, we did double shots every weekend. We liked it. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got people asking me now, like up, pipes up in Canada. It's like, you ever thinking about running a double shot? And then it's like, I don't know if it's really affordable.
Right. Right. So
what you do is you don't run a double shot. What you do is you run on like Friday and have like Turner run on Saturday or like Randy runs on Friday and you run on Saturday, or like work it that way. That's how that would work out perfectly.
That's what we're doing in January for our show when we come back to Old Town. We're going to do January 24th. Turner's running on the 25th.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. My back, my poor back.
Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be baby.
Yeah, says the one who never takes the heat,
Hey, how many times have I offered to take the heat?
That's true. That's true. It just makes more sense for me to take it.
Well, I mean, that's why I said let's just be a little different and we'll figure out a different way.
So,
and if Big Cat's victorious on the 16th, that earns you guys a title shot.
I will be
in January.
What do you mean when? If that's when?
Well, you know how Matthews is and his cheating. So
that's true.
That's
true.
So you better watch out. Apparently, Turner said JP's not booked tomorrow. JP said he's showing up anyway, and JP has a vendetta against those two idiots.
Yep.
So it's gonna get interesting.
It's gonna be.
Well, the good thing is Lee's not booked for us. He's booked elsewhere that evening, so you won't have to deal with him. But who knows what Samuel Matthews has up his sleeve? So
yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Fuck that guy, Lee Miller. Right.
Ain't worried about that. You said that. I'm waiting for him to pop up in the chat now. You guys.
Well, his buddy Samuel Matthews decided that I guess he's not going to be here if he doesn't. I don't know where he's at, but
to be fair, life happens, man. So
yeah, it's all good. I'm just horsing around. So
I know.
So what basically made you decide to start MPW?
Well, that all started with the 3W shit show.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Primer reached out to me because he was like, "Hey, I need bodies for a Rumble." So I was like, "All right, cool, I'll come do that." And then as things kind of were going along with the planning, me and the guy that was running the 3W crap, not Roadblock, but the other guy, Purden, him and I were chatting and talking about running other shows in the future past this one. This was before I knew any of the other stuff hadn't been confirmed, like they hadn't paid the venue, they hadn't made deposit, they hadn't had done nothing. So as soon as I had found out, also Robert Purden had also said that they were going to keep all of the money from the fundraiser and not pay the fundraiser. and that they were going
First
to
I've
use
heard
it to
about
fund
that.
other shows.
Yeah, I didn't hear
Um,
about that either.
yeah, that was pretty crazy. So that threw me right from the get-go that I was like, okay, I'm not
What a
going to
piece
deal
of
with this
shit.
guy. So I also contacted the school because they said they were doing it for a wrestling team. The school had no clue what was happening. So they didn't know what was going on. So once I found out that the venue hadn't been paid for, the team didn't know that they were having a fundraiser being done, and he said he was going to keep all the money from it. That was
Yeah.
the end of it for me. I actually canceled the show for them by reaching out to the venue and saying, yeah, just forget it. We're not coming. And then me and Primer talked about running the show on the island, which I had actually reached out for 3W on their behalf before this. And then I just decided to take it over. And basically, we were just going to run a show because we felt bad for all of the talent that was going to wrestle for 3W, that you guys were basically screwed out of a date. So we're like, yeah, let's just run a show. And that's what's turned out from there. It's just been kind of keep going.
Yeah,
So,
the first show you turned out pretty well. It was almost jam packed, wasn't it?
yeah, it
For
was
show.
over 300 in there.
Yeah, it was a great
So
show.
speaking of 3W, we are technically
We're technically still
tag team
champions. We're technically
But we're not.
still a tag team champion.
Basically, I think he stripped us, but he never officially stripped us. So
that's
You got-
that's
you
why
got-
when I posted the video, the photo of our, like, all our dates or whatever, how long we've been champion, and I did 3W as infinite because he never technically told us that we weren't. Well, he said that, but he didn't actually officially.
he never came out and be like, "You guys aren't booked for me anymore," because, well, obviously, but still.
Right.
And I laughed at that when I saw that little infinite graphic. I thought that was hilarious.
Super
Yeah.
Bowl is probably going to be infinite too.
Yeah,
Anyways,
if they ever run again.
so I know your time is precious because you got stuff going on. So do you want to explain basically what's going on for the November 16th date?
Yeah, so a couple of things that I like to highlight. We have a couple of debuts happening. We got Zane Valentine with No Class Eric Bass coming down from Canada. They're associates of Wesley Pipes. So I'm excited to see them come down. I thought their promo was, top tier. I thought that was really, really good. Also excited for the women's match coming up as well. I think Serena Vale and Layla are going to tear it up. I'm hoping they'll come back for us in the future. So those are two of my favorites. And then, of course, we got Wesley Pipes, who's going to defend his heavyweight title against Mr. Anderson. That's going to be big. As well as, obviously, you getting back in the ring with Samuel Matthews and finally getting that revenge that you deserve.
Yeah, we've just been nonstop for the past few months of just getting at each other, and my so-called friend, deciding that he, trying to bring out demons that I've been trying to bury. So, yeah, we're gonna squash that. Hopefully, no, there's no hopefully about it. We're gonna squash that November 16th. Put him in his place.
Come out the Monsters by Shinedown just to really mess with them.
The other thing, I was supposed to go one-on-one with Jacques Francais. It was going to be career versus career at that show. Whoever lost that was supposed to retire. That has actually been pushed to a future date. Most likely will be January, just because we have so much going on for November. I think we have 8 matches right now.
I'm literally wrestling for them. So it's like next weekend, the weekend after, and the weekend after. I got like show.
Yeah. Yeah. I was supposed to go to Crown.
Show, and then Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was supposed to go to Crown next week too, but it's just I can't. It's hard finding somebody to watch the boys and do all these shows like all month, weekend after weekend. It's kind of hard to do that. Like in January, it looks like it's going to be jam packed too, with a lot of shows. Yeah,
yes, it is.
And I'm excited for January. I want our tag team champions back up here. I don't know if I announced anything for that, but I'll announce that what we got kind of pinned so far just for that. So it's determining the outcome of what happens between Big Cat and Sam. But right now we have the neighborhood will be challenging Dirt City Murder Crew for the tag team championships in January in Old Town. And
That'd be
then
fun.
whomever wins between Big Cat and Samuel Matthews, then their respective team will join those other two for a triple threat to see who can become the tag team champions, whether Dirt City will retain or will we get new champions again. So,
well, you know, you know, it's probably going to be me. So the Y will definitely be taking those guys on, and of course, we will definitely win. You know, we want those titles back. Yeah.
I had to. Sorry, this is funny.
We'll definitely be getting those titles back. You know, we've been, you know, we've had a terrible couple months. You know,
Oh my
losing
God,
all the
yes.
titles, and we're definitely been working hard, trying to get everything back. So we were just literally talking before. It's like we literally had all the titles, and now we don't have them within like a few months. What the hell? So,
well, to be fair, you guys only lost them because
Sammy Matthews,
Dylan was stuck with an injury, and then Sammy Matthews stepped in, and then he stepped right out.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's where you guys are at now. So we can get you back in there. I figured this would be the best opportunity. Not only you guys fighting each other for, what you guys have going on personally, but you guys can each have something else to jump for and grab for.
Right.
So hopefully,
exactly.
I've told people, don't sleep on this match. This match is going to be a fantastic match.
Oh,
it's gonna be hard hitting. I can tell you that much.
I'm gonna get hurt. They call me an unsafe worker for no reason.
What?
Will you be ringside?
Oh, I'll be there. Oh yeah,
of course. He's my buddy.
Oh yeah,
cool.
Yeah. Make sure there's no shenanigans.
I don't think I tried to do some research. I don't know if you guys have done any, but same about Mr. Anderson. I don't think he's ever been to Maine for any company.
Ever. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he has for WWE for like a house show, because I know they don't do live shows at all in Maine.
You're gonna make me do it. All right.
I guarantee you, probably at least a house show. Probably for either Bangor or Portland. I would be surprised if he hasn't.
Yeah, I tried to look it up and I didn't see his name on any house show results for up here, but doesn't mean it's not there. If anything, I bet it would have been Portland.
Yeah, probably Portland, which is crazy because when they do house shows for WWE, Portland I always feel like is the shittier show, and like Bangor is like the one that you want to go to. Like it seems like all the top talent is in Bangor.
Speaking of that, so I did just bring up his matches in Cage Match, and just for poops and giggles. And if you guys don't know, there is a trick to search on your computer, Control F, of course.
I forgot I could have put myself in Cage Match.
And I did just look at his Cage Match results, and it has, I mean, Levi would be excited because Primo's is here. And according to Cage Match, he's never been in Maine.
Well, there. Okay.
Cool. Well, that'll be a good thing. That'll be a good thing to a first that he can knock off. And
yeah.
I kind of just feel bad. He's flying in the day of our show, and like literally as our ring is being set up, his flight lands in Bangor. So
luckily it's only like a 10-minute drive.
No delays, but yeah, I hope there's no delays. We had that issue with Chris Masters back in April, and with him being delayed and getting stuck in Massachusetts, and I had to fly him in a different way. And I just hope we don't have this issue with Anderson, because I feel like he's probably one of the Tatanka was probably the biggest name we had, just because of the location of the event, and that was our first event. And but I think Kennedy is probably going to be the biggest name we've had up here.
I haven't seen him in forever, like since like way back when. Like I think it was either SmackDown or Raw in Massachusetts way back when is the last time I've seen him. And
last time I remember watching Mr. Kennedy, he was Mr. Anderson. It was in TNA. It was a clip. I actually just watched it not too long ago because it's one of my favorite clips. But it's when he's in Aces and Eights. He's in the ring talking to Sting, Rampage Jackson, and Samoa Joe. It's 3-on-4. And he's like, yeah, you guys could just lay down. And Sting's like, ain't none of us laying down. AJ's music hits. And that's back when he's the lone wolf. And then he comes out and flips the hood back. And as he flips the hood back, get ready to fly, starts playing. It's a great clip. It's a great clip.
That's
and then
cool.
they have a big Donnybrook, and it's really fun. So
Yeah, I got to watch some of his TNA stuff because I liked TNA when it was before they went to like the blue logo.
yeah,
And they went to like just the Impact stuff because he
Yeah.
wrestled for TNA when it was Impact, and it kind of just
so TNA went from TNA to Global to Impact.
And then
back
back,
to
to TNA. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. Is he
Yeah,
still doing
and
that? Sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
I was gonna say, is he still doing NWA? Because wasn't he doing that for a while?
I believe he's still like active with them, but he hasn't. I don't think he's done anything with them. He's been mainly taking independent bookings, is from what I'm seeing.
Primo's
And I know that he
Rampage.
has his training school. I see it all the time on TikTok. Like
Yeah.
he goes live once, like all the time.
Eric Bruce. Sorry, continue on. I
just sitting there talking to yourself.
Unfortunately, brain ADHD sometimes does that.
So yeah, no, that'll be pretty fun to have him in Maine, and it's gonna be a killer show. I can't wait.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to 2025 because I plan on bringing in more names. I'm not going to be the type of company that recycles the same people and just brings in the guys that live here. For our names. I mean, there's no hate on any of those guys, but I want to bring in more talent that people will want to pay and come check out. Like, hey, they got new guys coming, or hey, I've seen this guy wrestle, years ago for WWE or WCW, or just even come and do a meet and greet with somebody. That's other things I want to do. I want to bring people on, and
I will say this 1000%. If you bring in either Shane Douglas or James Storm, I will happily take their finish. I won't even have a match with them. I'll just walk in, just take their finish, and roll out, and I'll be the happiest camper. Face or heel, I don't care.
I'd love to bring in Shane Douglas. I think that would be
Shane Douglas would be awesome.
Yeah, I got a list of people I'd love to bring in. Some of them that are way beyond my pricing right now, but
yeah.
I do this by myself, so if I don't have the sponsors, then it comes out of my own personal money. So just trying to make it another spot for some of us to wrestle and have fun, and also have memories for everybody too. Like, hey, I was on a card with Mr. Anderson or Tatanka, or
right.
Some people don't get to do that, unless you work and wrestle on Limitless shows all the time. He doesn't really bring in teams on Let's Wrestle that much. He basically uses it for you guys.
I think, speaking of that, it just reminds me because I will actually put over Vacation Land for a moment here. Like, they had shows like they had like Austin Aries on it, or they had my favorite was working with I didn't get to work with him, but I got to hang out with freaking Ricky Morton for a show, and like Ricky's the coolest dude. So it's like
yeah, he's another one I'd love to bring. And
dude,
I personally would
him
love
and Carrie.
does him and his does him and his partner still wrestle like together?
I don't think Robert still wrestles. I think he just does appearances. But Ricky wrestles with Carrie, his son, and they do tag team stuff now too.
Well, I'd love to see that. Wild versus the Mortons. That'd be pretty sweet.
Don't make me stroke out. Oh my god,
that would be fun. But
wow.
Nick,
wow,
it's okay. It's gonna be okay.
Contact info. I would seriously wouldn't mind hearing what their rates would be. So
that would definitely be a Randy Carver question, because he booked them. What show was it?
It was a Vacation. It was a not Vacation Lane Cup.
Limitless show was with
Channing
and
I got him to sign my WCW cards that show.
Yeah, it was with Channing and BRG at that time, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, them two versus. Oh my god, dude. Sorry, I'm having mild strokes right now.
But no, I mean, I seriously, I would book that. I would book that.
I think I need another drink. That's how I'm like, ah.
I think that would be really cool.
I would love it. 100%. I would do it.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I'd be freaked the hell out, but I would 100% do it.
No, I'd love to have some, like, you guys work some different tag teams coming in. Like, I have also a contact for the Headbangers. I'd love to bring them in.
That'd be so cool.
That would be.
They're not bad. I almost brought them in our first event, but they couldn't adjust on their hotel. But now that I've worked with the agent long enough, he's willing to bend them a little bit more. So
take like 5 year 10 there type thing. So
speaking of him, he's another one that he wants to come on your podcast as well. The agent who handles all the talent that we work with.
That'd be cool.
His name's Steve Daziak. He was actually the head trainer at that WOW Wrestling, the Women of Wrestling.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm sure he's got some pretty cool stories too.
That'd be dope.
And he said he'd love to come on.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'll definitely have him on.
So I can reach out about that. But
yeah,
I wanted to bring that up because I think he would be a great person to come on. Plus, he talks to all of these people all the time. He represents Kevin Nash and all these different people. So I think it'd be pretty cool to have him come on.
That'd be dope.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, and then maybe you guys can talk with him, and he can work out different guests to bring on your podcast in the future. Even people that don't necessarily come up here to wrestle, they can just come on.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be really cool. So, I'd love that.
So we can set that up. I can set that up.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
But yeah, I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the show in a couple of weeks, and I can't wait to see you. I got to keep things kind of one-sided.
You might need to get you might need to have a medical team stand by.
Oh yeah, we got a firefighter from Old Town.
Okay,
it's,
I was gonna say
right there, ready to go.
Because we're
flight ready.
Yeah, we're probably both gonna be hurting, if not, badly hurt on November 16th. Because there's some things that need to be worked out. So yeah.
Well, I'm glad I'm able to give you guys that platform to do that. So, and like I said, there's, a prize at the end of it. So
yeah, exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Guys. Well, I appreciate you having me on and talking about this, and looking forward to some more announcements here in the future that we got for you. So
definitely. Thank you so much for jumping on. Again, November 16th at Indian Island here in Maine. Come see the show. More information is on Facebook too. If anyone wants to look it up more, it's Maine Premier Wrestling on Facebook. And yeah,
Facebook,
thank you again.
TikTok, Instagram, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, all that fun stuff. Thank you again for jumping on with us. And, having a little bit of time and having some fun.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Anytime.